Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. I hope you would be safe and sound inside your homes. Dear students, schools are reopening shortly from 1st of March 2021. The schools would function, inshallah, normally, and there would be physical classroom teaching inside the schools. After gap of 1 year and 3 months, almost schools are reopening because of the pandemic, the calamity, and the winter vacations. Dear students, if you are enrolled in the government run tutors or the private coaching centers, you must attend regularly up to March 1st so that you can cover a nice percentage of syllabus before the actual mode of the teaching inside the classrooms in schools. Dear students, during the last academic year 2019 and 20, you met with a huge academic loss. In order to compensate this loss, you have to put extra efforts, you have to do extra hard work. Dear students of new 11th, subject political science, today we are dealing with very important topic in your executive chapter, that is the governor of the state. Dear students, India is a federation. Here you watch a double set of the government. One government is at the central level, which is called the central government or the union government, and other at the state level, which is called the state government. And both the governments derive their powers from the constitution of the India. Dear students, now the question arises: who can become the governor of the state? That means the qualifications of the governor. Dear students, the governor of the state should be the citizen of India. He or she should have attained the age of 35 years, or he should or she should be the age of 35 years or above. He should not be the member of the either house of the parliament, that is Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, and he should not be the also the member of the state legislative assembly, and he should also not belong to the same state where he is being appointed as the governor. Dear students, Article 155 of the Indian Constitution says that the governor of the state should be appointed by the president and he should be appointed under his hand and seal. Dear students, Article 153 to 167 of the Indian Constitution deals with the state governments. Dear students, thus simply it means the governor of the state is appointed by the President of India and he remains in the office during his pleasure. Dear students, the executive branch of the state thus consists the governor, the council of ministers headed by the chief minister. Dear students, in state government, in state legislature, almost the term for the state assembly is 5 years. And after 5 years, when election takes place, the party which gains the majority choose their head, and the head of that very party turns the chief minister. And the chief minister of the state is appointed by the governor of the state, and on the advice of the chief minister of the state, the rest of the cabinet is appointed by the governor of the state. So we can say all the powers are given in the name of the governor. Executive powers are given in the name of governor. He is the constitutional head there, and in real they are exercised by the chief minister of the state. Governor has a dual role. He is the constitutional head in the state where he is appointed, and also he is the agent of the state government, central government. He is the agent of the central government. This question is often asked in the competitive exams. What is the role of the governor? He no doubt he is the constitutional head of the state, and he is also the man from the center who works as the agent of the center in the state. Dear students, so simply you have to keep in the mind that the governor of the state is appointed by the president of India, and Article 155 of the Constitution deals with it. And he serves the link between the president and the state legislature. If governor thinks that the state government is not working according to the wills of the constitution. He sends his report to the President of India that the state government is not working according to the wills of the constitution, and on the report of the governor of the state, the president dissolves the state assembly. Dear students, the members of the State Public Service Commission, its chairman and the rest of the members there are appointed by the governor of the state. So the governor has an important position in the state. He is the constitutional head. All the powers are given in his name, but in a real they are exercised by the chief minister of the state. Dear students, when in a state legislature bill is passed, the bill goes to the office of the governor where he puts his signatures, his assent, and then after his signatures, after his assent, the bill becomes law. Dear students, I am repeating the things. Article 155 of the Indian Constitution says that the governor of the state is appointed by the President of India and he remains in the office during his pleasure. Dear students, the governor of the state should not belong from the same state where he is being appointed as the governor. All the powers are given in his name, executive powers are given in his name because he is the constitutional head of the state, but in a real they are exercised by the chief minister of the state. During uh, the constitutional breakdown in the state legislature, if he sends the report to the President of India that the governor, that the state legislature is not working according to the wills of the constitution, and on the report of the governor, the president dissolves the state assembly. So the governor has an important position in the state. He is the constitutional head of that very state. All the decisions are taken in his name, but no doubt these decisions are taken by the cabinet headed by the chief minister, but they are taken in his name. All the powers are given his name. He is the constitutional head. So he is the agent of the center in the state government. Dear students, so the governor has an important position in the state. Dear students, I am repeating the things for you once again so that you can remember things well. Article 155 of the Indian Constitution says that the governor of state is appointed by the President of India and he remains in the office during his pleasure. Dear students, when in a state government election takes place, general election takes place, the party which gains the majority choose their head, and head of that very party turns the chief minister, and chief minister of the state is appointed by the governor of the state. And on the advice of the chief minister of the state, rest of the cabinet is appointed by the governor of the state. Dear students, all the decisions are taken in his name. They are taken by no doubt by the cabinet headed by the chief minister, but they are taken in the name of the government. And when state government passes bill in the state legislature and this bill goes to the office of the governor, he puts his signatures or she puts his signatures, his assent on the bill, and then bill becomes law. You have to keep in the mind he is the constitutional head of the state. He is the chief executive. We can say the governor, the council of ministers headed by the chief minister forms the executive of the state. And when he thinks that the state government is not working according to the wills of the constitution, he sends a report to the president of India, and the president of India dissolves the state legislative assembly. Dear students, he has an important position in the state. All the decisions are taken in his name. He appoints the chairman of the State Public Service Commission and the members. And when the President of India appoints the judges of the High Court and Chief Justice of the High Court, he consults the governor of the state. Dear students, hope you might have grasped the concept. In case of any confusion or query that may strike your mind after watching this video, you can call me on 70066671106 or WhatsApp me on the same number. And when you forward your query by any means, by calling, by WhatsApping, within short duration of time, your query or confusion shall be cleared. But important thing is that you must see these things on your available political science reference books so that you can grasp the concept well. Dear students, put extra efforts, do hard work, remain busy with the books. Self-study is a mantra in your hands to compensate each kind of academic loss. Thanks. Be well, asset.